Hello everyone, and welcome to Thronebreaker, the first of the Witcher tales. Oh.
Hey, come on. Get them shackles off him. Poor son can't eat proper.
Dunno, I'm not sure I like that. What if he runs for it? He's worth a heap of coin.
Ah, bollocks. Been holding him a week, hasn't tried a thing. Why he up and bolt now? Matter of fact, got to thinking. What did a sweet, gentle chap like him do to get the Queen of Zericania so riled?
She's a shrew, that's what. Queen and witch in one. Worst of both worlds.
Enough about her. What do you say to one more of your tales? While we toss down some cards.
Ah, why not? And since you mentioned one queen...
So, welcome to Thronebreaker, the expansion to Gwent, the Witcher card game, the first of the Witcher tales, hopefully that there are several more. The characters from Thronebreaker are actually going to be added to Gwent as a playable faction later. I imagine that they'll be balanced for the competitive game, and they will not work the same way as they will in single player, but if you've seen my other Gwent videos, you'll know that I just absolutely have to find out exactly how they perform. I hope you all join me on this expansion into the Witcher universe. Let's have fun. Just letting you know, I've read the books, I haven't actually played the games, so y'all might know more than I do. If you see something that you think would tie to the books a little more, let me know. Now let's get this started. I'd feel bad if I didn't choose this. Don't worry, audience, if I die too much, I will in fact just cut to the point where it's interesting, or I'm learning a little bit, something a little more. I'll try and verbalize as many thoughts as I can. Oh, I can't wait for all the specific rules and like raid-like dungeons that are probably set up in this game. I'm gonna be so wrong because I'm gonna be playing like it's multiplayer.
War hung in the air, its scent palpable. The mighty empire of Nilfgaard stood poised, greedily eyeing the northern realms just across the Yaruga. In light of the threat, the realm sovereigns met in summit. They made declarations, pledged fraternal assistance, forged alliances, and then, in good spirits, dispersed. Among them, Meve, queen of the twin realms Lyria and Rivia. Know the name? Heard her beauty extolled? Justly so. Remarkable she was, not for her graceful exterior, but for her persistence and courage. Where was I? As the queen and her retinue neared her capital, Count Caldwell appeared. In Meve's absence, the Count was to have helped her son, the youthful Prince Willem, run the Twin Kingdoms. Caldwell had clearly ridden hard. Drops of perspiration dangled from his whiskers, his neck red and chafed from a rough, starched stiff.
Okay, so Count Caldwell and all the rest. Count Caldwell, as a card in the game, actually joins whichever side has the highest score. So this is one of those things where I'm trying to think of storytelling through gameplay. Is he going to be a traitor king? Meanwhile, Prince Willem joins the enemy, but gives you a powerful warrior to fight him. So I'm thinking that Count Caldwell will be caught between Meve and her son. The son will go over to the enemy side, and Caldwell will join him, based on the mechanics just in the multiplayer game. This is with one line of dialogue in the game, just assuming from the game design, so please don't hold me to that. But Meve is the queen of Rivia and Lyria. That means that she is queen over Geralt.
Hail, your majesty. Delighted to see you in good health. The summit, it ended fruitfully, I hope?
Oh, I didn't realize that they were going to animate the mouths. So something, I've always loved the animation team on this game. They've always gone above and beyond. I'll show you one now.
Yes, at its end, letters were exchanged, documents signed. Paper. Time will tell of what value.
Well, that's a practical
That will
attitude.
suffice as cordialities go, Caldwell. Tell me what's happened, for I sincerely doubt sheer longing prompted you to ride out.
Ooh, okay. I'm thinking that she's a character like Lightning, where she's sort of stoic. Hopefully she's a bit more expressive than that.
Indeed, your grace. Another circumstance inspired me to do so. The strays of Sparla The bandits I was to tend to during your Grace's absence. The situation's gotten out of hand, I fear.
Okay, so he's having trouble with bandits. Okay, I'll play the nice girl.
Steady, Caldwell. Come
Oh.
now. Deep breath. All right. Speak. What has happened? Be precise.
Now, I know that the Witcher games have a big choice system. I am, again, not used to it, so let's see if I make terrible, terrible choices that get me killed despite how well I play, or how poorly I play.
As your Grace ordained, I set out and was nipping at the bandits' tails for long. We pursued for weeks, until scouts returned, having sighted the Strays' camp in the forest near Locheren. We waited for nightfall to surprise them as they slept. Alas, it proved a ruse. We found the tents empty, straw-stuffed dummies round the fire. Soon, we learned that as we waited for the sunset, the Strays had snuck away, rounded our positions and ridden to Hawksburn.
Hawksburn just sounds like a fun place in general.
I beg your pardon, my lord. The tax collectors. That is where they station.
And that means that that's exactly where all the money is. Reynard, I assume that's Reynard Ordo? Another card. I actually don't like him that much. He empowers other cards to do their thing better.
So the gold? All of it?
It's stolen, your Grace, but I shall do all in my power to recover it. This I vow, if it be your Grace's wish.
I wonder if he'll be the captain of the Strays of Sparta. I wonder if that's a reference to Assassin's Creed, because there's a group of underground minions called the Strays of Sparta.
After weeks in the saddle, your Grace's wishes are modest. A hot bath and a night's sleep in her own bed. Yet, they shall have to wait. I must look personally to this matter. Your force, Caldwell, I will now command. You... send a herald to Hawksburn. They must prepare for the Queen's arrival. Air the rooms, dust off the porcelain. Make certain they do it.
So these mouths look a little strange. They look a little janky, but I think that they're automatic. I think that they basically put in a automatic mouth generator in order to make these characters move the right way. They're probably using a tool to... well, they're definitely using a repeating tool to generate the background and give these breathing motions. Though that could be an animation team. It just seems like the speaking is automatic. Meant to correspond with the noises.
Do you see now, Reynard?
Ooh.
I believe I foretold it would be thus. My son wasn't ready in the least to rule an entire country.
I confess, Prince Willem has much to learn yet.
Yes. And very little time.
Welcome to Thronebreaker tutorial before embarking on adventure. Okay. Looks like we're just going to get the cobblestone, the tutorial done today. Okay. Now, I don't trust anything that the game is telling me to do, so I'm going to go back and check and see if there are hidden items. So, I'm too used to the old JRPGs. Specifically, I'm used to a game called Suikoden 3, where at one point in the game there was a cutscene, and in the middle of a cutscene, it stopped the character from progressing through the cutscene, and I just I moved one square over and progressed the cutscene. There was a hidden item that was on the deck below the ship during that, and ever since then, it was like one of the best items in the game too, and ever since then I've just explored everywhere before going anywhere in a game. Because I'm too used to games dicking you over for not exploring everywhere. So, yeah, I'm just going to click around until I am absolutely certain that there's nowhere I can go. Even though... oh my, this is so beautiful. It does remind me of Final Fantasy Tactics or old adventure games. But you do so means to collect the following types of resources: gold, wood, and recruits. On the roads, you can find useful items and even new companions who will support you in battle. If you don't want to miss anything, be sure to thoroughly explore the map and complete side quests. Oh, certainly. This is first playthrough. I will probably play through this game again if I miss anything. So yeah, let us go.
I thought it were bandits riding in.
Well, I mean, I am going to take stuff from your house. I do play video games. Can I take that? Oh, right click. Duh. They just taught me that. They literally just taught me that. Gold, wood, and I am totally stealing right now. Ignore my banditry. Okay. Recruits, +9 recruits. So what do these guys do? So that's that. This is wood. Oh! This is exactly like the in-game economy for Gwent. I'll show that on the screen right now. But for the moment, let's continue. Oh, can I talk to him? He was kind of hidden there. I'll just grab this wood. One sec. Before I head on over. No, I don't want to save. I want to... Okay.
They stretched her over a fire till she told them where she buried her gold. Rather die than tell him she would. But I know where she kept it. Sit tight. Sketch it out for you.
Interesting. Found a treasure map. Okay. This game has treasure maps if you talk to NPCs, so I should talk to everyone. Good to know.
Strays, they're called, Your Majesty, because they bite something nasty and bay as if by the moon possessed.
So let's see. How do I get the inventory in order? Oh, let's check out the options. What can I do in order to get that going? Full screen go. Premium cards always animate. Oh hell yes. Audio. Mute all sounds. No, this is fine. I want to hear how it sounds. Not that many options, but that's okay. I'm just surprised I don't know the way to actually access my inventory. My inventory. Am I missing something obvious? Probably. I don't know a way to choose the map. I'll assume that... Ah, that's the hidden gold. Okay. I'll assume that things like map or inventory will not be added until later. And I'm still dedicated to actually finishing the bloody opening this chapter before moving on. I'm going to go... Oh, hey. To remove it, you'll need to spend some of your resources. Question is, do I want to go down there or do I want to check here first? I guess I'm going to check down here first. Seems like something I should be able to go down. But I can't. Okay. So I guess I'm forced to spend resources. Your Majesty, it seems someone felled an oak tree, which now blocks the road. Unfortunately, our wagons cannot go around it. How do you wish to proceed? Loggers sort the metal. Our soldiers should conserve their sources. Issue access to the soldiers and put them to work. So do I want to spend money or men? Right now, it looks like 25 gold will be the correct solution. Obviously, I have no way of knowing that until I get through this game. It may be that I made the wrong choice already. But it seems like... Ooh. I mean, well, not all. Some of that can be predicted, so you best be prepared for anything.
Count Caldwell rode at the column's head, scanning its flanks with a wary eye that, despite his advanced age, proved very sharp indeed.
Your Majesty! Bandits! There! At the tree line!
The Count's footmen, unaccustomed to escorting their queen, sought to shield her with their bodies and assumed a tight formation to do so. They were promptly knocked aside as Meve charged headlong at the bandits, brandishing her blade and bellowing a ferocious cry.
Attack! Charge!
Okay, I like her. She already fits my playstyle. Meve was convinced the bandits would flee to the cover of the force upon realizing their grave mistake. After all, no ordinary bandit would dare attack the retinue of a queen, yet the strays of Spala were of a different breed. They held nothing sacred. Okay, this is Battlefield. You will play your cards at the bottom half and your opponent will play on the top. This is a good introduction to Gwent, so I guess that might be even the title here. Units can be played on one of two rows, melee or ranged, but remember, the abilities of some cards may be different depending on the row you play them. Indeed they will. Count Caldwell is with me. Ah, that traitorous bastard. And he's weaker than he is in the normal game. Interesting. A standard battle can last up to 3 rounds. The first to win 2 rounds wins the whole match. Players alternate the turns. During your turn you can play only one card, but you can use any number of abilities. The player who goes first in a match is the same who initiated the battle. In this case, you encountered an ambush, so your opponent will have the first turn. That's good. Going second is actually a huge advantage, most of the time. So let's strike out the strays. They have no ability whatsoever. Interesting. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cancel him out. I was too busy checking my own ability. The strength of each unit you'll play adds to the army's total strength. Players whose army has the most strength points at the end of the round will win the round. Some units have armor. Armor absorbs a certain amount of damage dealt to the unit.
His Grace, the men await. You must lead to begin the attack.
Very well. Most cards have an ability of some kind. To learn more about it, select the card and read its short description. Additional information will appear as you right-click on the card. Play any card. I want to check out what I do. So Meve Longsword, interesting. So that means there are multiple versions of Meve. I wonder if they'll all be added to the normal game. Boost knowledge by affording it 1 armor with a cooldown of 3. That's interesting. that means that she favors long rounds, and she really wants to have a round with about 9 turns. She also has 6 redraws. Holy crap. So, her ability isn't that bad, it's not that good, but this number right here means that she can redraw up to 6 cards with her deck. That means that she is a powerhouse of consistency. If I'm using this deck, I can play, if I'm using this leader, I can play decks that use like a 1 in a million strategy, and I might be able to come out on top, because I'll just be like, not the right card, not the right card, not the right card, 6 times. So I can make really, really weird decks with this. Play a copy of each adjacent unit from your deck. Okay, so I think that they realized that his ability from the game might be a spoiler. So, adjacent unit from your deck. Interesting. So he's 3 armor. The number of cards in the row, including self, boosts self by 5. So in his case, I definitely want to... What's loyal? What does loyal mean? Trigger this ability automatically when your leader is used. Oh, okay. That's really good. Let's do this.
Salt of the earth, they are, Your Grace. They'd follow you into fire. You need simply say the word.
Have the loyal ability. This means that the other abilities are activated every time you use Meve's ability. Yep, and I plan to. Each leader has its own unique ability to learn what it is, just like the leader. Meve's ability allowed her to boost unit strength and add armor to it. She can use this ability once every few turns. Meve's ability for selector, and then select one of your units. So normally I wouldn't do this in the game, because it actually makes the card too strong. With only 3 cards remaining, if he has something like Geralt the Witcher, it destroys a card that's 8 cost or higher. But since this is the first level of the game, I'm assuming that they aren't going to pull that bullshit on me.
I shall teach you to respect the crown, you dogs!
Yep, and that's made him very, very strong. Any more moves? It's time to end your turn. He's probably going to pass after this. I would, if I was in his position. Whenever an enemy takes damage, boost by 1. Interesting. The number of cards in a row, including self. Play a copy of each adjacent unit from your deck. Okay. Yeah, it says play. So, the difference between summon and play is if it says play, that means it triggers a deploy ability. If it says summon, it doesn't. That's why I was checking these over. Including self. So, the Arbalest ability allows him to deal damage equal to the number of cards on the row where he's played. His ability is activated the moment he is played. Okay, Strays of Solvala. Enemy takes damage, boosts self by 1. 1 unit to the opposing row and damage it by 1. Okay. I think I want to get rid of them more. That was stupid. I probably should get rid of them because they're the ones who enable him.
Look out! Seek cover! We are bombarded!
Opponent cards also have abilities. Be sure to read their descriptions carefully and adopt your strategy accordingly. I don't want to play a card. I'm winning. I could save this for next round. God damn it!
A lesson in humility coming now.
Dishonest.
The strays took tail and run. Yes, our victory is assured. Sound the horns. May they sing praises of this triumph for ages.
Okay. Played all your cards. End turn button will turn to a pass button. Press the coin button. So the reason why I wanted to pass there is because since you need to win 2 out of 3, if you have 1 more card in your hand when you pass, you'll carry that over to the next round. We both draw 3. I would have 4 cards, he would have 3, and since Caldwell was the card remaining, it's an 8 strength card. Check out the cards he has, a 6, a 3, and a 3. It'd be the equivalent of an extra 8 points on top of whatever he can produce. So that's why I wanted to pass without paying the card. The player whose army has the most strength points at the end of the round will win the round. In the event of a tie, both players will receive a victory point.
The battle's not yet done. It is better to conserve our strength. Prepare for a strike that will prove decisive.
I know how you feel, Reynard. Okay.
Battle formation! Protect the queen!
This is still pretty good. Player who won the first round will play first in the next round. Play any card. In this case, I would also pass. I could have got 2 cards ahead by winning the last round and then passing here. I could go into the third round, giving the opponent a card, and then and then starting the third round with 2 extra. And Meve willing to use her ability more in the third round. Since the third round would then be the most important round, because whoever won that one would win the entire thing, and I'd have more turns, I'd be able to use her ability more, and I would be able to, play more cards, including Caldwell, in order to get the entirety of the deck. Now, here's a big problem. He has... I don't see where his deck is, but I only have 1 card remaining. So, I need to really hope that he has no cards whatsoever. Well, I only reached 2. Interesting. So I need to play him here in order to deal any damage to him at all.
The chase is on!
Okay. Now in this case, almost everything that I was required to do felt scripted. But let's see what he does. Since I only have 1 card left in my deck, I don't want to lose this round. I will lose 2 cards effectively, and my opponent, I don't see his deck, but I didn't see it at all. Perhaps I was just not paying attention and he only had like 3 cards in his deck. But it looks like in this round it's win 2 or don't win at all. You won 2 rounds in a row, which means you are the battle's victor. Congratulations. Thank you.
I congratulate you on your latest victory, Your Grace. The bandits stood not a chance.
Thank you, Raynal. But yeah.
Matters seem indeed to have gotten out of hand, to put it mildly.
Meve said, arms crossed atop her shining breastplate.
They've grown bold. Doubtless after the raid on the manor, the tax collectors. I've not heard of an ambush on the high road afore.
Caldwell explained, avoiding his liege's wrathful gaze.
Enough, Caldwell. We must put things right. Come!
The Queen's retinue set out, cavalry in front, infantry and arbalists close behind, and, following in the rear, the bandits, bound in chains.
Alright. And that was the end of the round, that was the end of the tutorial. I'll catch you all next time. Hope that this has been a wonderful Let's Play. Let me know in the comments below if you want me to continue this game. Goodbye.